Hello, if you are getting this message, which will be privated, it's to alert you to the fact that I'm getting credible death threats now. Not just, the 8 or so that I've gotten in the 2 years of my YouTube channel. These are death threats from people in my own city. And it's going to probably get out on YouTube sooner or later, the whole drama machine. But link in the description box, it'll show you what happened to me. Basically, my friend Kyle, he did something very stupid, and he's probably going to go to prison for a very long time. And he's in the hospital right now in a burn unit, and I was on my way to go see him, and I got a phone call from KRDO, and this reporter named Eric Singer was really interested in getting a video interview with me, just saying, oh, Kyle's such a good guy, and I can't believe he did something like this. That's all he really wanted from me, but I was not in the mood to give it to him. First, he called my friend Jason Wharf, who was the media spokesman for Occupy a couple months ago, and that's who he knew to call, because someone sent some of my videos to local news stations to show them that there was a connection between Occupy and what Kyle did, because Kyle was one of the Occupy protesters. So I told Eric Singer that I didn't want to make any statements on camera because I didn't want to fuck Kyle's case, and I was about to go see him. And so Eric Singer was like, well, if you can't come down to the station and make a statement, then can we send a van out to you? And I was like, no, I'm on my way, right now, and that's my priority, is to see Kyle in the hospital. And then he says, well, we can do a Skype interview, and I'm like, no, I'm on my way. That's my priority. And so then he was like, well, could you take my phone number and give it to Kyle and ask him if he wants to do an interview with us? And if he doesn't want to do that, at least you could ask him if he could send us a picture of him in the hospital. And I was like, okay, I'll ask him, And when I hung up with him, Ryan and I went to Denver, and we went to the hospital, and we were joking about a picture, like he could do the "here's looking at you" pose for the picture, or hold up a sign that says "I heart KRDO," just to make it harder for them to use the picture. We had jokes about that, and I left his number there, Eric Singer's number, at Kyle's bed, along with a whole bunch of other phone numbers, because the police took his phone, and just left a whole bunch of phone numbers of a whole bunch of people that he might want to call, friends. And I knew from the phone conversation that I had with the reporter that he'd already seen my videos, and he wanted a statement from former friends like Jason and me, or Ryan, and nobody would go down to the station and give a statement. And all he was looking for was, he was such a nice guy, I can't believe he would do something like this. That's what they wanted. That, or a picture of Kyle, because they hadn't had a picture of Kyle. Well, Kyle didn't call in. Kyle didn't give him a photo. So they took the videos that they already had of mine, and they spliced them together to make something really horrible. And now friends of Kyle who are angry that any of the 3 YouTubers that came and spoke up about this had anything to say, those friends are now very mad at me and very upset. And although nothing I said is going to really affect any court case, of his, it still was kind of edited out of context just to make me look like someone who is condemning him, even though I'm one of the only people who has visited him in the hospital. And now I'm getting some very credible threats. So this video is just to let you all know what's going on drama-wise with that. And if you get any links sent to you, or people start passing the things around, please put the squash on it. I really don't need it, and let me know. Link in the description box so you can see what happened. This reporter says that I talked to him when he's just basically paraphrasing what was in my video. I told him that I wasn't going to be giving a public comment, and in that report, written, it says, he talked to me. And I'm like, no I didn't. And one of the things that is in there, one quote in there, is actually him just attributing something that Jason said to me. So yeah, it was the guy had a deadline and he was waiting for a picture or a phone interview and he didn't get it, and so he just mashed up my video and fucking threw it online, and it went over the air and hardly anyone saw it, but now the online version is getting around, and I still feel the same way as what I did in the video that I made when I talked about things, but you know, splicing things together and taking things out of context, it makes it seem like I'm not talking about groups that split off from Occupy. I'm talking about Kyle. And you know, I've been posting the entire video around anywhere where someone tries to post that news article, and I try to tell them, you know, look at what I actually said, not what they clipped together. But I've come to expect this from my local news stations, because they did that to the Occupy movement time after time, and you know, I knew this was coming, and the only thing that would have saved them from using my video footage with a lot of my face on it would have been if Kyle had called the news station and given them an interview, but that would have fucked him in his court case. So I'm glad he didn't. I gave him the guy's number, but I didn't see it as being beneficial to him if he would have ever called in or given them a picture of him in the burn unit. Yeah, Kyle's lucky that the police stormed his house when they did, because the infection was already setting in and his body is pretty much 50% burned, and he's just lucky to be alive. And this whole thing is not supposed to be about me, and so Kyle knows this, and a couple of my friends that I've kept from Occupy know this, but anyone else who just is angry, they're angry because their friend or family member is about to go away for a very long time in prison, and they don't like it, and they're going to put their frustrations anywhere, and they're even going to, you know, make threats at people when they have feelings that they're talking about, you know, to try to quiet people. So I feel for them too. I feel for the people that are threatening me, you know. I know that they're about to, you know, go through a very hard time. So that's it. That's enough for a private video. Please keep your eyes open.